What are you willing to give to God, no questions asked? Find out in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. The book of Leviticus begins with a description of sacrifices that were appropriate to offer to God. Leviticus chapter 1 verse 3 says, "If his offering is a burnt offering from the herd, he shall offer a male without blemish. He shall bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting, that he may be accepted before the Lord." The sacrifice was to be an actual sacrifice. You were not to bring your rejected cow. You were to bring the best of the herd, an animal without defect. It was brought to the tent of meeting, the tent pitched outside the camp of Israel, used before the larger tabernacle was built. It was the place where Moses went to meet with God in Exodus chapter 33. Leviticus describes the process for people to bring their voluntary sacrifices to the Lord. Bringing an animal without defect signified the cost to the individual bringing the sacrifice. Nothing was held back. The word translated as without blemish, it means complete or whole. Only the very best was to be given to God. When our daughter was in preschool, her teacher wrote us a note that she had gotten into a tussle with one of her fellow students. No big deal, but enough that we had to sit down with her and explain this was not the way we were supposed to act with our friends. After we talked for a while, my wife asked her which of her writing pens was her favorite. My daughter brought out one she had gotten on vacation. My wife told her, "Then tomorrow, you need to give that pen to your friend at school, the one that you didn't treat well today." My daughter protested, but Mom stood firm. She said, "You're going to give them something that means something to you." It was a lesson my daughter never forgot. Me either. From then on, I sure never bit anybody on the playground. God didn't need Israel's sacrifices, but the people of Israel needed to sacrifice. They needed to let go of something that meant something to them, an animal without blemish, the very best of their herd or flock. It was to be a true sacrifice. But there was a problem. Every animal has some defect. Even the very best was not perfect. This is the reason we need the sacrifice that only Jesus can give. Even our very best does not measure up to the perfection of God. The perfect sacrifice was something that only Jesus could do for us. And that's what Jesus did. Romans 5:8 says, "But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." Christ alone can provide the perfect sacrifice. His sacrifice for us should call us to give our very best to him, holding nothing back. And now, you're 5 minutes closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from his word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.